Or Herb Billy Hill. Very nice, Herb. I really appreciate you making that long trek in from Maple Ridge. Herb features quite often out at the Act Theatre at Maple Ridge at Holy Well Poets, and known him for quite a few years. Lovely gentleman. Wished I could say the same for you, Ken. No, I'm only kidding.
Always insults.
I'm only kidding. He loves it. Next up, we have a gentleman that's a very fine poet also, and he's a director of the Royal City Literary Arts Society, and he's the host, I believe, of Wordplay. That is Alan Gerling. Please come up and thrill our ears, Alan. And he's a lot taller than me.
Thank you, Candace. Okay, so I've got a couple, and the first one's a bit of fun. I think it's a bit of fun. It's it's for Bonnie, because this was one of the poems that I presented at the Jewish Community Center at the exhibit. That was for paintings about Ian Penn's paintings. And they were all paintings of skiers at Whistler, and up at Whistler there's one region that's called Callahan, and it's where cross-country skiers go, I believe, although I've never been there. And there was a painting that showed an older man cross-country skiing, and I looked at that painting, and somehow, I don't know, I thought I would write a poem that was what it turned out to be is a pastiche of a very famous poem by Maya Angelou called Still I Rise. And I call this one, the Callahan old man asks, will I glide? Oops. You may say I'm decrepit in your fresh and youthful pride. You may whip me on the downhill, but still, like a bird, I'll glide. Does orneriness upset you? Why do you feel such disdain? 'Cause I plow like the pilot of a steady and powerful train. Just like gondolas and like sleds, the uprightness of a T-bar ride. Just like arms swinging poles, still, I'll glide. Did you want to see me fall? Unable to schuss or carve, never to know the powder, the rush, an animal left to starve? Does my sprightliness offend you? Don't you mind my uncool demeanor, 'cause I roll like I've got Hemis planted inside each femur. You may spray my face with slush, you may disrupt me in my stride. You may laugh at how I clamber, but like a manta ray, I'll glide. Does my sexiness upset you? Can you bring it to your lips that I turn like I've got diamonds embedded in my hips? Out of chalets in Whistler's Maine, I glide. Up from a city that drowns in rain, I glide. I'm an ancient tree, I am no wunderkind, still flexing and blooming, I bear against the wind. Cleaving through a snowbank and a storm, I glide. On trails under the sun that's warm, I glide. I brace my breasts with air so cold. I am the dream and the hope of the old. I glide, I glide, I glide. And recently I got back from a trip to Maui. I'd never been there, and in a small town, or a town there called Lahaina, there's a banyan tree, and I wrote this poem about that. It's called The Banyan Tree. The banyan tree in Lahaina, once a sapling from India, is its own forest now. It defies all selfies. Even your panorama is swallowed by roots that descend past your periphery and form new trunks for you to walk by, except when you are blocked by that one long branch or root that knows, it seems, only the horizontal, as if it desires a single sun, one that touches the edge of the world, one that signals with the clatter of minas, it's time to return home. Thank you.